There is a lot happening, people, as you hear about the expansion of technology. Now they have to phase out the green barcoded ID books, so that we get into this, high-tech biometric, maybe they are promoting the idea of the ID card, so after the ID card, I don't know what's going to be the issue. Maybe it's going to be the biometric, that
Yeah,
just
definitely.
put that thing within your body, you scan yourself. But it's sad to hear what's going on around, so much murder, so many like things going on out there. The world is no longer a safe place to be, by and large, because humanity have fallen. We have fallen from our state of goddess and godliness. We have become some other things. We take advantage of each other. We have become so vampirish. There are people who have this cannibalistic, element within. They feed feed on other people's emotions. There are people who take joy in destroying other people, disturbing other people, interfering with other people's life, processes and stories, and plans. And what is happening out there, So we just have to be very careful wherever you are. Be very, very careful of the people you interact with, the people you mingle with, the people you hang with. Also, remember, energies are contagious. So the people you spend your time the most with, you are bound to catch up with their vibes. You are bound to become like them, or you're just bound to become them. So it is very important to be very cautious of the spaces where we at, the groupings that we associate with, we interact with in a longer process. It is very important to be very cautious of the people we meet out there as we travel in the street, not just the physical streets of Josie, Hillbrow, Kingston Town, but just the street in the virtual platform, the social media platforms, in the roads, in the streets, in the corners there as we are walking. Be very cautious of the people that you meet. Be very cautious of the people also who seem to be very friendly with you, because we have others who have this element of being like wolves in sheepskin, so they can be very smiling and, kind, yet they are looking into something else. So it is very important to really understand yourself first. Who are you? What's your story in life? So that you can choose the path that you walk in the virtual platforms, in the social media platforms. Also, you can choose your content and your theme and the things that you follow the most. Because the things that you focus so much attention in, that is where your energy now start flowing. You magnet with those things, those themes, those topics, those ideas, those plans, those spaces also. So yeah, be very cautious as you walk in the streets of the virtual platform, the media, the social media platform, streets and roads and corners. Be very, very, very wise as you are walking. Check your space, govern your space, defend your space, protect your space. Don't just get into a grouping and you're like, yo, I just vibe with you. Do you know the person? Because now, the very dangerous part of this virtual platform thing is, there is so much scamming going on around. There is so much criminal activities going on around. If people can, go around like scamming people in the street, in the physical world, the real world, they scam you. They we keep receiving calls from people we don't know. Like they act like they know us already. They'll be telling you that, can you please speak to Mr. Zawadi Musho? And I'm like, yo, speaking. Where I say, no, we are from this company, we'd like maybe to talk to you about stuff like it's all about investment. It's all about everything to do first with money, but not just first with money, but all they want is your confirmation of your identity, your particulars. Be very cautious of these people. Firstly, you'll ask yourself, where do they get this information about me? Because they're not just making random calls. They know you. They've identified you. Somebody have given them access to your information. They know that you're banking with this bank. They know that you're living in this address. They know that you're working for this company. They know even how much you are earning. You see, so they have access to your information. There's something going on. Somebody is trading your information to criminal syndicates, So just imagine this is the real world, where people go around in ATMs, they just do the scams. You come, you put your card, your card is stuck there, is jammed there, The moment you just turn away from the ATM, your phone start ringing now, messages are coming, somebody's withdrawing your money. A lot is happening. There are people that are roaming around streets with so much weaponry. All they are looking for is human beings. We have become like animals in the jungle, where like we eat on each other, we feed on each other, as if you are like we are designed to eat negative emotion, like we are some other demonic entities out there. You check. So a lot is happening. Humanity has fallen, and it is our call and our responsibility and duty to pick ourselves up, because nobody will change the situation until we change who we are. You can't expect any change out there until you become that change, within you. Then the next person become that change. Then we have the power now to formulate a new system, a new reality, a new space, a new environment of life. But if we don't take responsibility, things will continue to be what they are. So what I'm saying is, when you lose the true value of who you are, you become something else. So it simply means your information body has been altered. You are now compatible with certain realms, certain dimensions in which there are specific entities, life forms that are there. So you are connected to those life forms in those specific realms or frequencies or dimensions. Your behavior, your mindset, your passion for things will be a reflection of those entities in which you are connected to. So it is very important to take charge, take cause, take responsibility to defend, preserve, and protect yourself. When I'm saying protect yourself, I'm saying protect yourself. Determine what you want to be exposed to, in a longer process of time. Determine where you want to be, because energy is being contagious. Also, you getting your information body altered, you might lose course of your life. You'll find yourself that you start, vibing with other vibe that you never thought you could vibe with. You find yourself, you are now thinking in a different manner now. You are not having like an emotional connection with different things. What happened to you? So now you're just like, no, we are gangsters, man. We are gangsters. We just have to go and hustle out there. What is hustling? All you are saying, like, you have become a cannibal. You just need to go out there and eat other people's emotion, eat other people's life, eat other people's, essence and consciousness. That's cannibalism. That's vampirism. This is what humanity has become. So as we are talking about this thing of social media dating, online dating, all we are saying is, okay, fair and fine, is there is 50-50 chances here. There are success stories, where people like get into this thing, they meet each other, they take time. I think it's all about taking time to understand the person, Queen, than just jumping into the pot and saying, oh, I saw your pic, I love the way, you look. Then like, you love the pic, you don't love the person, you don't know the person yet. So I think when it comes to this online dating thing, like, let's just unpack it. What can be the best processes, to achieve a good relationship out of this thing? Because here you are talking to somebody, you are connecting to somebody with whom physically you haven't met yet. So it simply means you don't know the person, you don't understand the person, you don't know the background of the person, you don't know even the character of the person, and the factors and influencing element that influence a personality they have adopted in that given time and space. So having met somebody, you start talking, what can be the next process before you can take the decision of saying, I am in love?
Meeting the person in person. You just have to like meet the person and then get to speak to them, and then from there you can like check, is this person the right person for me? Because let's say maybe you're chatting with somebody over the phone. It's simple. I can just go to the internet and search, what should I say when somebody asks me, what do you like? What is it that can make a woman like me more? What are the right words for me to say? So it's that simple. You can like be on the laptop searching for the answers and then typing. So more like meet the person in like person, real life, get to have conversations with them, vibe off their personality and whatnot. That's where after that you can say, okay, I like this person and I want to try this love thing with them.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Then what of the situation whereby maybe you are distances apart, not just in terms of the street, but not just even the provinces, but the countries and the continents also, because these are things that are happening. But the virtual platform is not aligned to geography. It has no geography. So you can be in New America just right now, instantly. When you tap into the virtual platform, you are interacting with your lover. You are in America, you're having those video calls, you see their space, you are within their space, because now this is the power of the soul. The soul is not contained just in the body. So it carries its emotional body as it navigates the geographic spaces beyond the law of time, beyond the law of geography, also the law of physics. So you start calling the video calls, you are interacting with that person now, so you having an experience of their environment. So but then the challenge can come now, what can be the best in terms of international online dating now?
I would lie by saying there's a way to maneuver that. I swear. Because let's take, for example, this show called 90 Day Fiancé. So you're dating somebody, let's say I'm in South Africa and I'm dating somebody who's in the Filipino, wherever in the world. We're talking over the phone, everything is good, everything is nice. But then at the ultimate end, when those two people meet, they realize that, this is not the person that I want to be with. So it's more like just ride on that wave until you get to meet that person in person, and then you'll see from there. Uzosibonela.
Oh, this hectic, man. I don't think there's anyone who knelt down on their knees, and said, "Oh, please, scientists, engineers, bring us the social media platforms for us to find our love out there." But this is where we are right now, the expansion of technology. Now we have these apps, these softwares, whereby people meet and make decisions in terms of their marriage life, their love life also. They experience life, with people that they have never met, the people that they've never seen, actually. There are many dangers of that. A lot of things can happen, within that, because with technology, you can manipulate a lot of things. I can take, your picture and put my voice. The person will like, yo, I'm talking to Zawadi. I like the way he speaks, man. Like, no, this is not Zawadi. It's Queen. You took it's auto-tune. You took the voice of Zawadi. Now he's using the voice of Zawadi, to find a fish, to catch a fish out there.
A fish. It's catfishing.
It's all about fishing out there, you say.
Yeah, those are some of the dangers of this internet dating thing. You get catfished. There's people who are using romance to scam people. So you can use my picture, and then Kanti, you are a man. There's a man behind that picture. And you're like, oh, babe, please send me money. And because you're so in love with my picture, you send that person money. And then at the ultimate end, you find out that, hey,
you are being swindled.
Yeah, by a man.
Yo, man, that's hectic. Another man for that cause. I wonder what, I think now the space is flooded with a whole lot of emotions, because there is a high charge of emotions, especially when it comes to this thing of love and relationships. So this thing of online dating actually indicates something. People are looking for love out there, because once you get into this online dating thing, it simply means like you are interacting with people around you physically, the people that you meet, the people that you experience. But according to maybe your own values, principles, and standards, you haven't found one that you can say, you can make up with. People are looking for love. Why is it so scarce now to find love? That's the thing, because I think that's another contributive effect that pull or push people into this virtual platform looking for their partners. Why is it so scarce now to find love, to find real partners with whom you can build up something, relationship, into marriage for it? Because that is life.
Yeah, it is.
We are designed to just interact with people, observe them, experience them, then make decisions, in the context of how far we can go, with them. Now, in the context of relationships, in the context of marriage forecast and projections, So why is it so hard to find love?
I believe it's hard because people are hurt. People have been hurt multiple times, so it's more like, love will find me. So if you're saying love will find me, it means you're not looking out there. You're waiting for somebody who's looking to find you. And chances of that happening are very slim. You can't be inside your apartment and waiting for a man to sweep you off of your feet. How is that going to happen? Because you're not meeting those people. So I think people are now venturing out into online dating because you get to meet people who are also looking out there. So it's more like home ground advantage. I say, so it's it's hard to find people from around within and around where you are.
So you get into the sea, you start fishing now.
Exactly. Because the river has no fishes. The fishes are hiding somewhere inside the river.
Oh, we see the fish, but we don't identify it's the fish.
Exactly.
We think it's stones or pieces of plastic, floating on the waters. Humanity has actually fallen. Imagine we have situation whereby there is somebody who's in a relationship already, but you find them in dating lines. What's happening? What are you looking for? You are in a relationship with somebody. You've been in a relationship with somebody, maybe short period of time up to now, or maybe a long period of time up to now. But we found you online. So what's this thing? I'm an old soul. I'm too ancient, man. Online dating thing. You find people on online dating. What are they looking for, actually?
Looking for love or some fun. So you have people who are already in love, but they want some fun out there. So what better way to do it than in the comfort of your own home, sitting pussy wine and just paging through profiles wabantu and checking, okay, who can I have fun with? Because not everybody who's on dating sites and apps is actually looking for love. Some are looking for friendship. Some are looking for a fun time. So abumsele vibes.
Oh yeah. So this is a sign. It's an indication that there is so much frustration. People are living in there is so much of a void in people's souls. When it comes to the idea of being loved or being in love or loving other people, there's so much of a void. I wonder what has influenced or created or manipulated this space now, because so much frustration is the one that gets people. Frustrated people, see them like they are scattered. They are all over. You ask them, where are you going? What are you looking for? You can't find the answer. They are just all over. They are just scattered, and you can read the energy of frustration, the negative emotion. So imagine how many people in this world, are in this, high emotions of saying, I'm looking for life. I can't find love. The emotion that accumulates, in an individual and is projected into space. So imagine the whole collective of human beings in this planet in this time. Who are in this frustration mode, who are in this thing, they're looking for love everywhere. Like they feel frustrated, they can't find love in the people they are living with. So they get into these social media platforms. They are searching, scanning profiles, searching for this thing called love. Maybe we have misquoted the idea of love. Maybe people don't understand love. Maybe people think like when you are just chatting and just laughing there, or when you hear the likes, when you see the likes in your profile, like, I have love out there, people like me out there, but you're not even sure, don't even know, it's just likes. They don't even know you. Maybe they just know, they just see the peak and they have their own imaginations about the peak. So they are in love with a certain potential that might not even exist.
And your profile is actually selling them an idea. Okay, this person is a lovely person.
Sure.
They are probably the most wonderful person in this whole entire world.
Sure. It's something else. I've met, especially with young people and certain foolish elderly people. Young people most eminently, and certain foolish elderly people. People got for photo shoot. They got for shorter photo shoot sessions, so they have to spend on buying clothes, special clothes, fashionable clothes, they have to spend on makeup if they are women. Even guys now, they do makeup well, they have to spend on that so that they can take good looking pics to sell unto the world. So they are selling a picture. You get in love with the picture, not the person, because that picture does not represent what the person is. Maybe it represents the low self-esteem. of the person. So you have subliminally fallen in love with the low self-esteem part of that person. Hence, this is what happened when people meet now in the real sense. They're like, no, this is a stranger. But you're telling us that you've been talking each and every day for the past 2 years. You'll be having video calls, you'll be having calls, pictures. You'll be having fun. In the virtual platform. Now you are meeting in the real world now to anoint that, to put a nail on that, to put a gown of graduation into that. But you're like, no, this is not it. This is not the person. So what's happening? We are now caught up in the zone of illusion, actually. People are into this zone of vanity of vanities. We don't know what we're looking for. We think we're looking for love, but love is not what we're looking for. We're looking maybe for accreditation, maybe looking for this thing of, like attention, actually. People are addicted to attention seeking, simply because there is a void within the self. If you don't know yourself, you'll never know your value. That is why you'll go around trying to explain yourself to the world, trying to advertise yourself to the world, trying to market yourself. Are you a product? This is madness in some way. Like, we really acknowledge, true, that there are success stories into this. But I think when you check the percentages, success stories can be lesser than the calamities, of this online dating thing, because the virtual platform is not actually real. It's an imagination. It's an illusionary world where you imagine the person that you are meeting. You are imagining everything. I think there are people who even have, I don't know how they do it then, the idea of intercourse. Because in a relationship, you are bound to get to that point where there is sexual stimulation, So how do people handle that during their course of online dating? 2 years with the person.
I mean, there's something called sexting. So texting, sexting. So you can be like,
or like
hey,
sexting in terms of the sexting.
Yeah, you can be texting your partner and saying, okay, I'm taking off my bra now. And
all right.
Yeah, and he'll text you back and say, ooh, I see the two lemons there, they're looking nice. Yeah.
So let's ask ourselves, why did the commands of the Bible condemn that? Like, let's check it real. Like, we're just taking a context from the biblical reference here. We are not imposing the Bible onto anybody else. It's a book. So, but we're taking a reference. How come from the ancient times there was a condemnation of that thing that you are describing right now? Why is it that there was a condemnation of that thing? Whereby it's called masturbation, actually. We have to be real. This is a real show. It's not an imagination. It's not some kind of metaverse. Excuse me, Mark Zuckerberg. This is a real world, So why did the ancient people condemn that thing?
I mean, it's wrong on so many levels. It is same as sex before marriage is wrong.
Sure.
So remember, sex was designed for two people who are married to bring them closer together.
Yes.
So why do we even have this thing, masturbation? What comes to your mind when you do it?
Sure.
Self-pleasure. They call it, they even sugarcoat it and call it self-pleasure.
All right.
Pleasurizing yourself.
But let's go deep into this thing. Remember, when you are in that act with a person, you feel your emotion and energy. You transmit it to that person that you are with physically. You are doing that act physically. But now, when you are alone out there and the person is alone out there, what happened to that energy that you release, actually? That's the question that we are asking all our listeners, and we are asking to the people of the world, actually. We'll need to really hear the answer from you. What happens to your energy when you are doing that act alone, imagining things? What happens to your energy? So in another aspect, Queen, this is another perspective to this thing. Do you know that the spirits rely on energy as to recharge themselves? So we can talk about demonic entities now. They rely so much on sexual energy. They harness so much, energy when people are into that act of sex. That is why we have sex rituals. where like these people who are into this, demonism, or secret societies of negative frequencies or manifestation, they do sex rituals to feed their gods and goddesses, so to speak, with that energy, sexual energy. Sexual energy is like highly electrified and highly charged. It is high voltage energy, that these demons absorb. That is why we have these things called the spirit husbands, actually, So what happens is with this thing, I think it's a scam. It's more of a scam, this virtual platform thing. When it comes to also specifically the thing of souls getting together in the terms of relationships, because you are bound to get stimulated when you're talking to your person. You are bound to have that desire, to have that sexual contact with a person. Now the person is not there. We don't know if they ever be there because they don't have the money to take a flight to America. They don't have the money to take a flight, all the way from maybe Tanzania all the way to Botswana. You are economically paralyzed, the both of you, but you have an imagination that you have found your each other in the virtual platform. Now you start living in an imaginary world. You go to the point of doing that act. Some do it maybe every day. In that imagination. But the thing that we are telling you right now is there are entities out there who feed in sexual energy, actually. So this whole idea is systematically manipulated to hijack people, to get people releasing so much of this energy to feed those entities out there. That is why we have this idea of spirit husbands, where people, there are spells that has cast on people so that you will never have a relationship. Most of the people you find that are into this internet dating thing, they are looking for real love because in their spiritual alignment there is an insulation. They've been hijacked, by certain entities, so they cannot magnet with the real people physically, that they meet, that they can make a relationship with. They've been hijacked, spells have been cast. Then their soul energy, and connection to the spirit dimensions, and the universe have been cut off. They are now connected to certain spirit. So that certain spirit will always want to harvest sexual energy from you. So that is why these people, had to bring out these virtual platform things, where a multiplicity of people who will never meet their partners always have an act of releasing sexual energy moment after moment, moment after moment. This is an offering of your energy. You're offering yourself unto something that doesn't have interest in you, something that you don't even know, something that doesn't relate to you. Sexual energy is so powerful and is sacred because that is the magic of creating life. So you're releasing your life magic unto something else that is harvesting that energy. It becomes so powerful that it controls the entire aspect of your life, and you find your life is no longer going the way it's like. There are many people right now, especially young people and even elderly people, who are well up in terms of finances, who are well up in terms of everything, but you find them on internet dating. They are looking for love, but they can't find love because now they are into this act. When you do that thing, you are connecting with certain spirit. That is what we are telling the people today. You are connecting with some certain demonic entities who are harvesting your energy time after time, to the point that they even hunt you in your sleep. They manipulate your soul, to manipulate your brain while you are still asleep, to release certain hormones that stimulate you. Find yourself, you always dreaming of this act. You always dream yourself to having this when you wake up, like your gown is wet, your pants are wet. What's happening? You've been doing that thing. That thing is so addicted to harvesting your energy, your sexual energy. Some people, they are at work, they run to the toilet. Like, this is what we see. Like, I work in a mall. We see these things happening. There are people broad daylight, they rush to the toilet to masturbate. So that's how hijacked they've become. This thing is no longer by their command. Like stimulation that sprout from nowhere. I say in court, nowhere. They can't hold it, they can't contain it, because now they are so highly amplified. The energies, emotion is highly amplified. It's pushing you to rush to some space. Some, I've seen these people, like, I'm talking of men. They rush to the toilet. You find a man like he's holding a phone. He's watching another man naked, and this man is jacking in the urinal. That's so insane. People have become. You see, so now you know this is what we are talking about today, because we are up to defending our righteousness, defending the divinity aspect of humanity, defending who we are. Let us never be manipulated into becoming or transforming into any other thing. Never sacrifice your life essence, your life force, your life energy unto anything that does not relate to you, that does not relate even to the divinity of your character. Let us combine ourselves, harness our energies and channel our energies and our consciousness into the positivity aspect of life. The expansion of technology actually is weaponized. Technology is a weaponized item that is being used, to make people get railing themselves away from their course of life. That is why, like, this whole thing is so addictive. Social media is so addictive, more than cocaine, more than ecstasy, more than nyaupe, more than, crystal meth. It's so addictive. People can't, live without their phone in their hands. When you wake up, you can't even check yourself, where you are. You wake up, the first thing you grab your phone, you go into the social media. What are you looking for? Attention seeking. What's happening? It's getting bombarded into your psyche. Your body cells are attuned to you, getting attention or seeking attention out there. Attention that is imaginary. Because there are people who just say, 1 million like in your picture, like there's liking, there's love out there. They are looking at the imagination, they are imagining. So it's all imagination. So also in this online dating thing, there is so much imagination. There is so much, unreality or unrealness that's happening out there. There are people who have been so much in love for the past how many years. They offer their sexual energy, through doing this act, the way they do it on online thing, total kind of thing, virtual platform kind of thing. They are releasing their energy onto certain entities actually out there. So that is why these entities enjoy the expansion of technology, because it's helping them, draw life force from people. It's helping them, to hijack humanity. So we're not dissing online dating, but we are bringing another perspective to it, so that in your own decision making in this whole thing, you have a balanced judgment, a balanced perception. You are rooted on balanced information about it. It's not just about your emotions. People are having vacuums within themselves. This is what is happening to modern day humanity, because we've fallen from our state of being ntu, human beings. We've become transformed into some other human frames or human things. This is why now we are behaving in some kind of animalistic thing. You see, people no longer have control over their emotions. People are driven by their 5 sense dimension. So we've become slaves, unto the element that we are supposed to be commanding. Element that were supposed to be our servants are now our kings and queens. They are imposing, their commands unto us, their will unto us. Your emotions, your 5 senses can command you, can hijack you if you stoop so low. If you, dethrone yourself, they take the throne. They become your king. They command unto you. That is why even this sex stimulus, is commanding people, is driving people crazy. People can't contain themselves. People can't handle themselves. People are so addicted to that emotion, and little do they know that they are feeding demons. You are praying every day, or Jesus Christ, or Allah, or Krishna, or Buddha, or whoever, or I pray my ancestors, but you're busy with this thing. So what's happening? You are worshipping an entity that is destroying you, that is not even related to your divinity, that is even polluting your divinity. So check your space, don't wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. We can't be long, we can't be short. We'll be taking a short musical breath, but we'll be coming to wrap up this topic today. Online dating is